Adrian Holmes, I know that you are there. Yeah, I see you. Okay, guys. So our next awesome dude for the chat. He is one of Canadian's finest actors. He's an award-winning Canadian actor. And he starred with me this past Christmas in the movie You Light Up My Christmas. And he also played a police officer in a TV show called 19-2 that he won an award for. And some really interesting stories with that from him playing a police officer. And if you want to check that show out, it's available on Amazon. It ran for 4 seasons. And so we are waiting on Adrian Holmes to be able to connect. Hey, everybody, somebody said that was a good movie. Thank you. We had a wonderful time filming that in Canada. And so I wanted to invite Adrian into the conversation because he is still in Canada. Hey!
Hey!
There he is.
How are you?
Friend?
I'm good. I'm good. How
Yeah?
are you? Thank you. I've been
Great.
enjoying these chats, by the way. These are so amazing. And I want to thank you for not only being a friend, but for including me in this great opportunity. I love this. This is fantastic.
Oh,
So thank
you.
you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the support. I appreciate
Oh,
it.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
Feels.
Adrian Holmes. Hey, Holmes. So Holmes is up in Vancouver. How is it up there? How has it been up there during this quarantine, during everything that's going on?
You know, we've been doing a great job of flattening the curve. You know, it doesn't feel too COVID-y, you know, per se. You know, people have been really good social distancing, and yeah, the cases have been very low. And yeah, we're very lucky. You know, we've been able to keep it under control, and yeah, things are, you know, opening up bit by bit. You know, but you know, only, you know, allowing so many people in, like the restaurants and bars and things like that. So, but yeah, it's been good. You know, up here we have a lot of land and the population isn't as high, so we're kind of social distancing anyway. It feels that way.
Exactly.
But yeah, so it's been great, and by God's grace it'll stay that way, and that the rest of the world will catch up to us as well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, if you follow Adrian, you've been seeing his very inspiring support of Black Lives Matter, of the you know, the movement that has reached into Canada. Oh man, you're signing
Yeah,
and everything. Oh
just a
yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, it's that time of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for being outside for this, bro. Appreciate it.
But the air is nice. I see that. That's the thing. I'm a glutton for punishment because I love the outdoors. I love the fresh air. But
Right.
you know, as long as I take my drops and stuff, I'll be all right. And I got my little hanky. I'm good. So.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Can you talk to us a bit about and we're gonna definitely touch base about, you know, men's health and everything, but
yeah.
in terms of you know, I was so inspired, quite honestly, and I told you this. I was inspired by so much of the movement that was happening in Canada and in Vancouver. I saw a post that you did where you were at a rally and a march.
Yeah.
How's that climate been up there? And you know, as I was saying to Dr. Ian, we have these two backdrops between the virus that is COVID,
Yeah.
and the virus that is racism.
Yeah. We have two pandemics going on right now,
Right.
and you know, my lady had a sign that said, "Racism is the real pandemic." You know, that's it's so it's been great, the support that we've been getting up here. It's been very peaceful, which is also very important. You know, the rally that we just had, there was like 20,000 people, and a friend of mine, Shamika, put it on with a friend of hers, and it was so just wonderful to be there and just see so many people together supporting in unity and solidarity, And that's what it's all about, is us coming together as one race, as the human race, and not separating, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the only way we're really going to see change, is when we can unify, and we recognize everybody as you know, as a family. We're one
Yeah.
family. And you know, the police officers, they need to be made an example of. The only way that this is really going to change is if there's a consequence for their actions. So, like anything, I mean, when you're a kid, if you do something wrong and
Yep.
your mom doesn't punish you for it, you're going to keep doing it
That's right.
because there's no punishment. And
Yep.
that's exactly what's happening. Is the police officers, they have immunity. They have, you know, a law for them and a law for us. And that's not going to cut it, you know. We're all
Yeah.
human beings. Whether you're wearing a blue uniform and a badge, or you're a civilian, if you commit a crime or a violent act in any way, shape, or form, you should be punished. You should
Yeah.
be charged, you
Yeah.
know, and, and,
Yeah.
and that's what it comes down to. So I really, I mean, change is happening, you know, bit by bit. But there's still a lot more to go, and I think that if we continue the way we're going, we'll see that change by God's grace, you know. But it's been great up here. The support's been fantastic, and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So I was telling them during the intro for you that you played a police officer
yeah,
in a TV show called 19-2, and it's 19, the numbers 19-2.
yeah.
And you guys can find it on Amazon. All 4 seasons are on Amazon. The first 2 seasons are on iTunes.
They're on. Are they on Amazon? Do you know that for a
Yeah,
fact? Oh, they
sure.
are. Oh, great.
Mhm.
Okay, okay,
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
awesome.
What? How you gonna ask me if I know that as a fact? Why would I put it out
Well,
there?
because no, obviously, but I know that it's on Crave TV up here. It's on Acorn. I heard down there, but I didn't know it was on Amazon down there. So that's great news, because I didn't know that. See, you taught me something.
See, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, you go. There
That's
you go.
really why you keep me around.
That's right,
Um,
exactly. You know, but yeah, no, not that's not the
so,
only reason.
so playing an officer, and of course we
Yeah,
know, you know, the Canadian climate is famously different in a lot of respects,
yeah,
you know, than the U.S.
yeah,
But you had an incident. Do you? And I'm sorry, I should have asked you before before today. Do you mind
yeah.
talking about when you were rehearsing for that scene?
Oh yeah,
And what
yeah.
happened with that, and just kind of overall playing an officer, a black officer. And the thing that I thought was so cool, guys, 19-2 was actually a French show that they then adapted and developed for Canadian television, and
Hmm.
they cast Adrian as the lead officer. And if I'm not mistaken, the lead officer was not of color in the original, correct?
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah,
Hmm.
there were two white officers in the original French version,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and yeah, so it was myself and a good friend of mine, actor named Jared Kiso, who were the lead officers,
Mm-hmm.
and it was great. Definitely one of the highlights of my career. Shooting in Montreal, Quebec, amazing city. The
And you
Montreal
say,
Police.
and just if I can interrupt you there, you say it was one of the highlights in your career because, of course, we all know
Well, I
what
mean,
the
well, we all, yeah,
highlights.
yeah, 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 yeah. As for experiences in the sense of having a 4-year run on a series, there's many highlights. But
I'm
this
with you
was, you know what I'm, yeah. But this one,
because,
yeah,
of course, one of the main highlights was working with Kim
you
Fields in
working
the
with Kim
Christmas
Fields on
movie.
"You Light Up My Christmas,"
There it is.
my lifetime crush. You see what I did there? See what I did there?
I see what you did there. Very cool. Very
Yes,
cool.
yes, yes. But yeah, the Montreal Police Department were exceptional, and they really took us under our wing to make sure that we were as authentic as we possibly could be. Because the French show was known for its authenticity. It was just very grounded in reality, and that's why it was so well received. So we really wanted to make sure that we mirrored that. Um, we did a lot of training, did a lot of ride-alongs with them. We did simulators, and did everything we could just to make sure that when we put on the uniform and we were out there on the field, that we knew how to walk, we knew how to talk, just our energy,
Yeah.
what to look for, and and how to take down suspects. And the thing about it is that when you're in a situation where you are, excuse me, threatened, that's the only time where you should evoke force and any sort of extreme pressure, is when your life is threatened, or if the lives around you are in jeopardy or are threatened. Other than that, you just talk to them, talk to the suspects, and just keep it. You want to keep a calm environment, So when I see these videos of cops and just coming up to people and just grabbing their arms and
Yeah.
throwing them against the wall and kicking them to the ground, and just there's just manhandling them like they're like animals.
Mm-hmm.
It just blows my mind, because I'm like, this goes completely against the
Yep.
training that we
Right.
were taught and we were showed. So it's sad. It really is sad that there are criminals that are wearing the uniforms. It's basically people out there who have anger management issues, who
Yeah.
have, some issues of some sort, that are, wearing the uniform and out there on the field, and
Mm-hmm.
they need counseling
Yeah.
themselves, because
That's
they're not
right.
in control, and there's a lot of fear, and you
Yeah.
have to be calm
Yeah.
in order to do your job properly. The incident that I think you're referring to is, just before we started shooting, we had a rehearsal, and it was in an area of Montreal that was, it was a predominantly black area, and the police were known to be a little bit aggressive, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, guilty before proven innocent,
Mm-hmm.
and we were quite loud in the scene. We were rehearsing and whatnot, and I had to come down, and my partner was being held at gunpoint by these gangsters. And so I had to come down and kind of save him. So we rehearsed it a few times, and then on one of the rehearsals, I had a plastic gun that I was, using for the rehearsal. And I was about to grab the gun to go down to save my partner, and to my left, I see four uh, uh, um, armed police officers coming towards me at holding their gun. I was at gunpoint,
Yeah.
saying, "Freeze, get on the ground, don't move, put your hands where we could see them," and I thought it was a joke, because I'm like, well, this is a closed set, like this, we're
Sure.
rehearsing. I
Yeah.
thought everything was, controlled. It was a controlled environment. So I look and I see them coming at me, and for a second I was about to show them my plastic gun and say, "Oh no, it's a plastic. I'm an actor," But then I remembered my training. I remembered the simulation, and if you reach for anything and
Yeah.
you're at gunpoint and they're holding a gun at you,
Yeah.
it's not a good sign. It's not a good idea,
Right.
because, as we all
Exactly.
know, you reaching for a stick of gum or your
Yeah.
phone or
Yeah.
whatever, to
Anything.
them, you're reaching for a gun.
You're a threat. Yeah.
You're a threat. So I had a moment of just, and then I stopped and I went, "Oh, wait, wait, okay, this is real." And I just went on the ground, just did whatever they said. And the producers came up and they were all speaking in French, and they explained to them, "No, no, no, this is comedian Adrian, 19 and they told them that, this was, we were just actors. This wasn't real." And then the police officers they felt bad, and they were, "Oh, we're so sorry,
Yeah.
désolé, et cetera, et cetera." And I got up and dusted myself off, and I just went for a walk down the alley, and I didn't say a word to anybody. I was so angry and so scared,
Sure.
because my life flashed before my eyes, because at
Yeah.
any moment I mean, if they slipped, anything
Yeah.
happened, I would have been not here today.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry to have to share this, but I mean, the Montreal police, they were great. I had an amazing experience with them, but that was just one moment that, I haven't shared this story, so this is the first time I'm sharing it. But yeah, it really put things into perspective for me.
Yeah.
I never wanted to say that I've been held at gunpoint before, but I actually have with four guns, and yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice, but yeah,
Well, thank you for sharing that and that
yeah,
transparency. And I wanted to um, touch on that because you're of course, by the grace of God, you're on the other side from the standpoint of you were able to do things to heal from a traumatic experience.
yeah,
And at this point, as a country, as a global citizen, we're all experiencing a version of trauma with this, you know, whether it's the trauma you allow yourself to watch when you are watching the videos that, you know, are still coming in,
Oh man, blows
whether
my
it's
mind.
watching the news.
Hmm.
So for you, my dear friend, in terms of healing from that trauma for you, you know, what did you do? I know that you're very mindful of your mind, body, and spirit. I know
Right.
that you're very mindful of your wellness and
Hmm.
things like that, and your energies and things of that nature. So for you, what was something that you were able to do to you know, kind of contribute to your healing in that moment and beyond, quite honestly?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I have a close relationship to God, and I put
Mhm.
Him first,
Yes, you do.
and so I just pray, and ask Him for strength in all areas, and I have a lot of gratitude for everything that I have, all my, just 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 being alive, being able to breathe fresh air, just being able to be independent. I don't take anything for granted, and every morning I wake up, I just give thanks.
Mhm.
I Yeah, after going through that, I meditate a lot too. I was meditating as we did the 21 days of abundance,
Yes,
which was very, very helpful,
that
especially
was
at this time.
incredible. Yeah,
Yeah, thank you for joining us in that.
thank you for sharing and
Yeah,
including me
yeah,
in that.
you're welcome. But yeah, and especially a time like this, I think the whole planet needs, that kind of,
Mhm.
treatment. So yeah, for me, health is wealth, and I just try to take care of my vessel, because it's the only one we have. We were born with it, we're going to die with it, and we want to make sure that it works and serves us,
Yeah.
so as I say, a lot of people with working out, with exercise, they get a little bit intimidated by it. They get a little bit just they're just not driven because they think, oh, there's so much work, but because they're looking at other people. But what you need to do is just know your limits, just know what you can do. And like Boris said, which I really agreed with, so many people on your chats have agreed with what they've shared. And what
Mhm.
Boris said, some things that really I agreed with, was really in the same in alignment with, and it's just doing what you can do, whether it's 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, just getting up, doing a little stretch, going for a walk, just bit by bit, because the hardest part of exercise is starting. Just
Yeah.
getting the train to leave the station is the hardest part.
Mhm.
But once it's left the station and you get that momentum going,
Mhm.
then you start to feel a sense of accomplishment, and
Mhm.
then you start to feel good about yourself. You get more
Mhm.
clarity. The blood's flowing. You got more juice and more fuel, and you start to enjoy it, and you have fun. And the key also is to make it enjoyable, to make it fun, and to make it a part of your lifestyle. So you have a structure in your day. You wake up, okay, this time I'm going to do this, and then this time
Yeah.
I'm going to do that, and it's
Mhm.
not like different every day, but you can kind of commit to a certain, schedule.
Yeah.
And then when you have that schedule in place, it's just like brushing your teeth, it's just like you just do it.
Yeah.
And then and time goes by so fast that before you know it, a month will, it'll be 4 weeks that you've been
Right.
doing this program,
Yes.
right? And then you're like, oh my God, look at the changes, look at the improvements, look at I feel I have way more range of motion now, I have more flexibility, you
Mhm.
know, whereas 4 weeks ago I couldn't even touch my toes
Right.
or whatever,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's self-love. Don't be
Mm.
so hard on yourself. Really love yourself, because why not? I mean, we face so much crap in the world on a day to day, and there's, unfortunately, there's people out there that aren't as generous, as loving, and as supportive as we would like. So we need to really be that for ourselves, and support
Mhm.
and love, and appreciate ourselves, and
Mhm.
pamper ourselves,
Mhm.
and as they say, you're no good to others if you're no good to yourself. It's
That's
like
right. Yeah.
you have to take care of you, so that you have the energy and the capacity, and your reservoir is full, so that you have
Mhm.
the energy and the love to give to
Yeah.
your friends and family. But if you're completely just giving, and you're depleting of yourself, then
Hmm.
you're just going to be over there all busted in the corner, you know,
Yes.
and everybody's going to be coming to you still for stuff, and you're just going to be, on your last, breath. So
Hmm.
I love that analogy, like on the airplane,
Hmm.
you put the oxygen on you first,
That's right.
then put it on the person beside you, and that's the same
That's
thing with life. You got to take care of you. So yeah, just making it a lifestyle, having fun, finding some
right.
sort of routine, exercise, nutrition is 80% of it.
Right, right.
That's the thing that, is really with quarantine, we've been cooking at home a lot
Hmm.
more now. So
Hmm.
I've noticed a huge change in how I feel, because there's a lot of food allergies that people have that we're not aware of.
Right,
There's a
right,
lot
right.
of, if you go to your naturopath and find out what allergies you have and wonder why you're getting inflamed, or you might eat something and you feel sluggish or really tired after, and
Hmm.
you just don't have the energy that you usually have, but you don't connect the dots and you don't realize,
Right.
oh, it was because I ate that
Yeah,
pasta or
yeah.
that gluten or whatever it was,
Hmm.
or the sauce that food was made with, you
Hmm.
know, is doesn't agree with me.
Yeah.
So yeah, figuring out your food allergies, getting your nutrition right, eating at home more than out at restaurants because you don't know
Mhm.
what you're getting in restaurants. I mean, they're just making things quickly,
Yeah.
and they're going to put oils in there that aren't necessarily the good
Hmm.
olive oils and stuff. So yeah, yeah.
When you started doing like workouts and things like that at home, did you put that on your social media, right?
I did one video, quarantine fit.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, cool. So guys, you can definitely go to Adrian's page, and I think it's in his highlights,
Yeah,
and being able to find Q Fit or Quarantine Fit,
yeah,
and being able to again, take care of yourself. Like he said, health is wealth.
yeah.
James Brown's daughter, Deanna, she's in the building, and she just repeated what you said, health is wealth.
Yes,
Um, so very, very
absolutely.
much. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for this. I really appreciate your time, and
Oh,
thank you, and give
thank
my
you.
love to Vancouver. I can't wait to come back and make
Yeah,
more
we miss you
movies
up here.
there. Yes,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah.
And thank you for
Paige
doing this.
Kennedy,
This is
don't
great.
leave. I'm sorry, wait a minute. Paige Kennedy, don't leave. You're up next. I'm coming to you next. Paige Kennedy is coming in the building. I'm sorry, Adrian. What were you saying?
I was saying, no, we miss you up here. We can't wait for you to come back up and do more stuff, and we all got to catch up.
Yes,
This is, yeah,
absolutely.
we have so much
Absolutely.
fun.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. Thank you so much. You continue to stay safe up there, okay?